Hello everyone, my name is Crazy M, and yet again we're taking another look at Battlefield 4, this time at all the attachments that will be available in Battlefield 4, at least at launch. So let's take a look at what we've got here. First up, we're gonna talk about sights. They're now split into three categories: close, medium and long range. So in close range there's nothing too new here. We have red dot sights, one-time sights, and the night vision scopes. Now, one thing that has changed from Battlefield 3 in my opinion, that holo sights are now also one-time scopes, whereas in Battlefield 3 they were more close to 1.5 magnification. I'm not sure if this really is the case, that it's only one times in Battlefield 4, but at least that's what's stated here. Now, there are a lot of old sights in here. The few that are new is the Coyote, the HD33 and the Flare. Now, Coyote and HD33, there's nothing special to say about them. They're normal red dot and holo sights, but the Flare is something interesting here. I mean, the night vision scope, the IRNV, looked pretty solid in what we saw at little glimpses and the gameplay at Gamescom, but the Flare is definitely something that I'm looking for very much, because it has got the 2x magnification that you otherwise really rarely get, and it also has this black and white thermal vision, and I'm looking forward to trying that out. Following that are the medium range scopes. Now these are the same magnifications as in Battlefield 3, 3.4 times and 4 times. There are two new sights there which kind of represent the Chinese faction. This is the Prisma and the JGM4. The Prisma seems to look something like the American M145 sight, but it seems to be a bit clearer. I haven't really seen anything about the JGM4 yet. Next up are the long range scopes, which are normally more used for sniper rifles, but there might be some guns that also can carry a 6x scope like we had in Battlefield 3. Now, I've already mentioned it. Now we have 6x, 7x, 8x, 20x, up to 40x scopes, which in my opinion gives a hint that sniper rifles are gonna be a bit more powerful in Battlefield 4. One scope that is missing here is the 12x scope, and it seems like this has been removed, and now there's a big gap between an 8x and a 20x scope in my opinion, which is maybe filled up a bit with another attachment that we'll discuss later on. Now, moving on to the accessories, this is the second customization slot that you will have on your weapons. So for the standard weapons, you will have the canted iron sights, which is a pretty new item, and it pretty much says it in itself. You are able to mount iron sights additional to your normal scope, which is a great addition in my opinion, but remember, you do sacrifice all the other stuff like laser sights and that stuff, so you gotta make the choice there. Following that is the magnifier 2x, which is a neat option to turn any 1x scope like a red dot or a holo, and possibly even the IRNV scope. I don't know yet, I have no confirmation on that, but they say 1x scope on the description, so maybe even the IRNV into a 2x scope, which for some people might be the right choice. I don't think that I will be using it that much, but it is a nice little addition. Then we have some stuff that we already used from Battlefield 3, like a flashlight, laser sight, but there are some new combinations there. The first one is the tactical light, which is a light that only turns on when you aim down the sights, which is a neat addition. You gotta work and get used to the mechanics, but this could be great for some people, and especially if you are storming into a dark room, it would be much of use. We also have two new lasers, the 3-beam laser and the clean laser sight. I don't know which are the differences really, how much they're gonna affect the accuracy. I guess the 3-beam is gonna be even more accurate in hipfire, but maybe they're all the same and it's just optical changes. The last one is a laser and light combo, which allows you to switch between the laser or the flashlight, which is definitely a good choice there, and it kinda makes the flashlight and the laser sight on its own pretty useless, because why wouldn't you go with something where you can choose between both if you have the option to? Now for the snipers, the accessories are a little bit different. There's still the main ones in there, but there are two separate ones that are only available for snipers. The first one is the variable zoom 14x, and it says it adds another toggleable 14x magnification mode to any high powered scope. So the way I understand it is that even from 6x up to 40x you will be able to switch over to a 14x scope, which is kind of the 12x scope that I've been missing in the list before. So this is, I guess, an option that many players will choose, because I personally find a 12x, 14x scope around that area pretty useful, and so this might be something that I will use. The next one is a definite cool gadget. It's a rangefinder. It will display the distance to target as well as your current zeroing distance on the weapon. I don't know if this means that you only can zero in weapons with a rangefinder attached or even without. We have to see and wait how that works out. But I think it would definitely help newer players that haven't played too much with the sniper rifles before and are maybe new to the game and are not accustomed to bullet drop at all. Help to kind of get ranges to the targets and nail those headshots. Coming up, we got the underbarrel attachments. Now those are pretty much grips as well as the bipod, the same that we had in Battlefield 3. I don't have to say anything to that. But the grips have been changed a whole lot around. While in Battlefield 3 we had one foregrip, we now have several. But in the end there are like 3 types and there are 2 of each, so you can have a little bit of a cosmetic change, but there are 3 main functions. So the ergo grip and the vertical grip are both gonna allow you to shoot more accurate when you're on the move. So pretty much what the foregrip in Battlefield 3 did. The angled and the folding grip allow you to decrease the first shot recoil. So this might be good for heavy damaging weapons like this Courage was in Battlefield 3, for example, where it has a lot of kick on the first shot, and so it will allow you to burst fire more efficiently. The Stubby and the Potato grip, as it's stated here, they make recovering to normal accuracy faster when coming out of a sprint. So this might be an option that players might go for if there are a lot of rushing involved in your gameplay style. And so yeah, and I personally like that they've done this because this really allows you to customize the gun to your playstyle. Are you a guy that takes shots at longer ranges? Go with one that decreases the first shot recoil. Are you rushing a lot? And so on and so on. And it really allows you to customize it the way you want it. Now again, for the sniper, things are a little bit different since the sniper doesn't have grips, but you can, as well as it was in Battlefield 3, attach a pivot or a straight bull bolt on the sniper rifle. Last but not least, we're taking a look at the barrel customization in Battlefield 4. Now, things seem to be reworked a lot, but in the end there's not too much changes here. So first up we got the muzzle brake and the compensator, which both work like the flash suppressor did in Battlefield 3, allowing you to decrease the recoil but also decrease accuracy in the same time. The next one is kind of reworked as the flash hider and now only works as a flash hider and not as a compensator or anything like that. So this might be a good option if you have nothing to stick on there. Put that on there and you're gonna be less visible in the game. Following up is the heavy barrel, which does the same as in Battlefield 3. More accurate fire over long range, but also more recoil. Then we have 4 different suppressors, which seem to be doing pretty much the same thing. As far as stats go, we don't know. Maybe they affect the gun a little bit differently each other, but I don't think so, and they're just aesthetic changes. As far as snipers go, there's pretty much all of that available to the snipers as well, apart from the heavy barrel and the compensator. That's it for your day. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.